guys. Here we are, Spoonboy with Combat Companion. So, as always, all shows brought to you by Hard Life Fightwear. So, Hard Life Fightwear often a range of products, whether it be gi, no gi, MMA, whatever it is you guys are doing. Hard Life Fightwear do have you covered. So, anybody looking for any gear, just hit up hardlifefightwear.co.uk and use the discount code STOOM15 and you will get a bit of a discount through there. So, going to be talking about Unity Fighting Championship. So Unity Fighting Championships is Saturday, November the 16th. It's going to be at the Dolphin Centre in Darlington. Now, anybody that's ever been at a Unity event before will tell you how well they're run, how good the show is, and they all on some awesome fights. So the good thing is I love about it is they promote the Scottish fighters as well. Do you know what I mean? So Scottish fighters get to go down there. They get to go down there and kick the shit out of whoever they put in front of them, which is always something that I absolutely love. And this time we've got 13 Scottish fighters on the card. So it's going to be almost like a home card for a lot of these fighters, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. So my next guest then is going to be on the show that night. So Lee Flashbang Ferguson coming out of New Life Gym. Lee's obviously a brilliant fighter. I mean, anybody that's ever seen Lee in action, do you know what I mean? He's absolutely brilliant to watch. Do you know what I mean? He's got submissions, he's got KOs, TKOs. He'll take it to decisions. Do you know what I mean? He's very comfortable in any position at all. I'd say there's nothing that fighter, whoever's going to be in front of him, is going to do that fucking Davy Galbraith's not doing to him every day in the gym. All right. So yeah, it's definitely a pleasure. It's going to be a pleasure to see him on the 16th of November. He's going to be up for the title. He's already a Machine MMA title. He took that recently. So going to be up for a title here at Unity as well. So, but Lee, listen, absolute pleasure, buddy. Thanks for taking the time to speak to me.
I appreciate it as well, mate. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words as well, man.
Oh, listen, always, mate, always. I get in a lot of trouble because I'm very biased towards Scottish fighters. Do you know what I mean? But you guys are my boys, man. I'm never ever going to go against a Scottish fighter, regardless of who they're in front of. So,
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with the Unity show being almost like a home away from home show. Every
yeah,
time I've been there, there was a great picture I got after my last fight at Unity. Although I didn't get the result against Malik, but we all kind of piled in together. I've got a good fight with a good photo with a few of the boys for Food Dog and stuff like that. So it is when you're down there. Obviously, I understand that you might end up fighting people for certain gyms, but see if you've all got an English opponent or elsewhere, then it's you're a team for that night at least.
definitely. And that's the thing. I mean, I'd say the Scottish fighters obviously going down there's 13 on the card this time. So
Yep.
I think I'm sure there's 13, 12 or 13. So, but I mean, like obviously you're from New Life, you talked about Food Dog, do you know what I mean, people from the Grip House and all that, but you're all going to be cheering each other on, which is the good thing. I mean, their fans are going to be shouting for you, your fans are going to be shouting for them, and so on. So
It's a
it's
good
definitely a
atmosphere as
brilliant
well.
feeling. Yeah.
It's a good atmosphere. I don't ever hold any. I don't ever hold any kind of animosity. I'm also not that guy. I never fight with any kind of emotion either, really.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but it's good. It's a good atmosphere in the changing room. Get the tunes blasting, get warmed up. Know what I mean? Dolphin Centre's a great venue as well.
yeah, yeah. What do you listen to? What's your choice of music?
I'll tell you what. I don't want to be one of these people that says everything, but my walkout tune has never been the same, and
Yeah,
I'm still undecided now. But what I listen to when I warm up's just standard, really. A bit of Drake, a bit of hip hop.
right.
For my title fight, Machine, it was my mate and training partner Tommy. He put on Hunters of Kendrick Lamar. I think we just listened to the full album. Must
Nice,
have.
nice. Good choice of music, man. Good choice of music. Do you know what I mean? So, tell us about you then. Obviously, training. Again, I don't give me too much, but tell us about your kind of training regime. Obviously, and we know that you're under one of the OGs of the MMA scene in Scotland, Davy Galbraith. So we see some videos. We always see videos that he puts up,
Yeah.
or some of the training. But what's your training regime? How many times a week are you training?
Oh well, Davey put me through the paces in grappling yesterday. We got a couple of rounds in, but no, well, obviously I don't have the luxury quite yet. Whilst I want to make training all I've got going on. So I get up as well, and then I'll be training 5, 6 times a week if you include cardio as well. And I really
Yeah,
look forward to that rest day, I must say. As much as I enjoy the grind, and I do, I'm sure people wouldn't be shy of telling you I'm a grafter, and when I'm in the gym, it's all business. But
yeah,
it's a mix of everything, really. I enjoy most of the MMA sessions. That's where you really get to problem solve, get to think about things. And
yeah,
Davey is very big on that in itself, problem solving, getting us as fighters to think for ourselves. Because
yeah,
obviously, when you think about it, you peel it back, and fighters have said it before, it is just pure violent chess. You need to think about your opponent's strengths, try and counteract that. And listen, I'm not somebody that shies away from my weaknesses either, so
yeah.
um, I'll not let you know what they are. No, that to the public, but I've been working on them. There's not an area that I've ignored this camp. So
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. I mean, Davey, obviously I know Davey for a number of years, and do you know what I mean? I'd say definitely one of the OGs. Davey's been around since the early 2000s. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So obviously obviously he's got a great level of jiu-jitsu, very, very good striking. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sure obviously anytime he puts you guys out to fight, you guys are going to be more than capable of. And again, I always say this to people. I'll say this to my teammates: is think about your opponent. And then when you're in the gym, look around the gym and see the people in the gym and tell me, is your opponent better than anybody that's in your gym? And the answer is always no. Do you know what I mean? So that must be a great feeling going in there and having the training partners you've got, Davey Galbraith behind you and stuff like that as well.
yeah, the rounds are incredible. We've got it's honestly it's Thursday sessions grappling or grilling because it's round after round. Just obviously you're hunting for the submission and things like that. But I enjoy it. Well, it's more shoot boxing when we're preparing for MMA fights, and obviously
Yeah,
we've got training sessions on the Wednesday as well. But as I say, like I look round and initially when I started, the fight team never had too many guys at my weight,
yeah,
so I had to become comfortable and almost develop my game around being someone in the grappling section that wasn't really pushing the pace. But because of that, I'd say my defensive grappling's great. But now that we've got a few of the boy Heyman, who's a training partner that I train with most throughout the week, he's fighting in Unity as well. He got a fight announced just this week or maybe end of last week.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to sharing that whole experience with him. But no, other boys, they always put you through your paces, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'll need to look out for Heyman. As I said, I know there was one pull out for Scottish fighters, so obviously they've obviously looked to kind of replace. So I'll definitely look out for your boy and try and
Oh,
get him on as well.
he keeps me sharp. I'll tell you that much, man.
Nice, nice. What about Unity then? So obviously been on a couple of times before, and I think you're 1-1 at the moment on Unity. So the last one, I mean, the last fight you came up against the guy was Malik. Malik obviously had a massive record as well. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it was what 8-1. But I mean
Mhm.
that's something. I mean you've never shied away from people's records at any point in your career. That's never bothered you.
I think I owe that to the team that I'm with, but particularly, as I say, I mentioned again, Davy, it's about mental fortitude, man. And I'm no somebody
Yeah,
that, see if Jill and Davy are putting me into fights, they know I'm prepared, and I take a lot of belief for that. And
yeah,
honestly, at amateur level as well, I understand to a certain extent if it's a confidence issue, maybe taking someone that you're expect. I never want to say you should beat because it's a fight and it's a game of
yeah,
inches, but people take fights that they're expected to beat people. I don't mind being the underdog. You look at Malik's record. I've fought Kieran Coogan, who's now maybe number 4 or 5 at flyweight, and I went and
yeah,
done that in Ireland. I went over there to him. I had no
yeah,
issue. I fell short, but to say I fell short to the best, I'm happy with that, mate. I'm going to take the tough fights at amateur because time and time again, you see these guys with flawless amateur records, and then they're fighting first few pro fights, maybe against a lesser opponent again, and then when they get that first loss, they crumble. Some people, I would
yeah,
rather take it now and know then how to
yeah.
prepare myself for it, you know. But
Aye,
no, it's Unity. Steve's a great promoter as well, and he's always been more than fair with the opportunities that he's
yeah,
given me, and we have a great relationship as well. He's a good guy. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So he's obviously kept his eye out on me for the title for a few times.
yeah.
But
But I mean, the
no, I get
title as
that.
well. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, to come away with that Unity title. Do you know what I mean? I know there's what four title fights, four Scottish fighters involved in title fights. Obviously, yourself being one of them. So to come away with that Unity title's going to be an awesome thing, and it means you get to go back to Unity and defend it and so on as well. So have you visioned it? I mean, because you know a lot of people vision that. Like walkouts and stuff like that. Has that went through? Obviously, that's went through your head in regards to winning the title, and then what's your thoughts behind that? What's been going through your head when you do think about it? So we're just waiting on Lee coming back. I know he said he had some issues with his Wi-Fi, so hopefully we'll get him back on just shortly. Um, so yeah, he's got. As I said, he's going to be up against. He's going to be up in at Unity. He's going to be fighting for the flyweight title. So we'll just wait on him coming back in. But yeah, up at the flyweight title, I said awesome fighter. I said he come away with a victory there recently at Machine MMA. Come away with a unanimous decision. So here we are. I've got him back, Lee.
sorry, mate, but a technical issue. I had to switch over to the phone there. Can you see me all right?
Yeah. Listen, I can see absolutely fine. We were just talking about
Perfect,
obviously being up against for the title at Unity. So obviously you visioned, because obviously every fighter does it. You vision the win, you vision what you're going to be like when you do win, and so on. What's been going through your head? Obviously, knowing it's for a title. So what kind of visions have you had when you've been thinking about it?
honestly, I think I've benefited for falling short once before. I just in my mind, I just don't want to feel that. I don't want to experience that feeling again. I've been training twice as hard, left no stone unturned. And I was having a laugh with my partner Naomi the other night, and I was like, obviously, I don't get emotional and I don't get worked up over fights, but I'm going to channel that energy in the cage. I'm just going to channel that. He's the reason I'm getting up early on a Saturday. You know what I mean? He's the reason that I'm getting put through these rounds. I'm just going to try and, you know what I mean? But I won't get overzealous or emotional. But you need to give yourself some sort of motivation. And
Yeah,
I don't see any area that I'm going to be outclassed. As
yeah,
you said yourself, like I've been in with some of the best, and at this point, I'm getting to a stage where I'm no, I'm not seeing anything new. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I'm prepared. As
yeah,
long as I know that I've done all I can, I'm happy with that. And I've been training hard. So,
yeah. Nah, listen, I'm looking forward to it. I should be down there on the night as well. Because obviously Steve, as soon as obviously he put the post up, there was going to be all the fights up, and he's like, "Listen, Stu, I want you," because he knows how much I love Scottish fighters. Do you know what I mean? I'm very very passionate about Scottish fighters. Do you know what I mean? Like, if yous are getting hard done by, I usually fucking put posts up, and I get in a lot of trouble. Lee. So he was like, "Listen, you come on, do some interviews with the Scottish fighters, and get everything hyped up." So when you guys go down and do the fucking hard work and go down and kick some ass. Do you know what I mean? So definitely looking forward to you coming back with that title on the 16th. Do you know what I mean? So
appreciate
um, again, I always talk about this whenever I'm talking to amateur fighters about sponsorship. I know you've put a post up recently, Lee, talking about sponsorship. So
it. Yeah.
there's been a lot of people reposting it, but it is important for sponsors to come in. The reason for it, I mean, there's a loads of different reasons. I mean, as an amateur, there's not a lot of money in this game at all. I mean, you're never going to leave your job and become an amateur MMA fighter because, do you know what I mean? You're not going to make that much from an amateur career.
Mm.
So it's important for companies to come in. Do you know what I mean? It helps pay for things like gym fees and gym equipment and travel costs, hotel accommodation. Do you know what I mean? Loads of different things. Some promotions want fighters to do medicals, and that then you have to pay for the medicals, and you've
Yeah.
got nutrition and all that kind of stuff. So it all adds up. Do you know what I mean? So
Certainly.
any little bit of help towards these fighters. Do you know what I mean? These fighters are going out there and representing their gym and their country. I mean, Lee's going to go down there on the 16th of November, and Do you know what I mean? You look at some of Lee's pictures. I mean, that's the deal. He'll be wearing that Scottish flag. He'll be representing our country. Do you know what I mean? So,
I was going to say, you
which
can expect me to have the salt tire, Stuart. No, I mean,
yeah. So it's always awesome. So anybody that jumps in to help these fighters, as I said, get them now while they're an amateur. Because see, once these guys are in Cage Warriors or PFL, the UFC, they're going to be expensive. All right, so get them now where they're cheaper. All right, so but yeah, I mean these guys will promote your whatever you're doing, your business and all that kind of stuff. They wear it on their gym, or sorry, their walkout stuff. They'll have it on a poster. They'll post on Instagram, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. So get them now. Lee, how do they get in contact with you if they want to contact you?
I would say Instagram's probably the best method. I put my post up on Instagram initially. My account is public, so any messages I'll be keeping an eye on for the next couple of weeks anyway.
Yeah. So definitely hit these guys up. As I said, it is very, very important. I mean, you're helping these guys out. These guys are going to go on and do great things. And Lee's one of these guys. Lee's part of this generation of fighter that's going to take MMA to a whole other level. Do you know what I mean? So, and you guys are front row. We're going to get to see these guys go far. Lee, final thing then. So obviously, again, you've been in the game for a little while. We talked about training partners. I mean, you've got some amazing people around you. But anybody you want to shout out to in particular, friends, family members, teammates, anything like that.
I'd say just the usual. My coaches, Davey Gill, boxing coach Rob, wrestling coach Sean. I owe them everything. Honestly, I couldn't throw a jab cross with any sort of technique before I started at New Life. So all the boys as well, Todd, Heyman, Thomas, Stephen, everybody. Sorry if I've missed you. There's a list. There's some
Yeah,
amount of folk. Last but not least as well, I didn't date my last interview because honestly I don't know where my head was at, but I'd like to give a shout out to my fiance Naomi as well. See,
yeah,
honestly, it's the backbone. She's the one
yes,
pulling me out of baths and cuts and that. Know what I mean? So she's always making sure I'm right. So
yeah. That's the thing. I mean, I'd say there's a lot of people only see that 3 rounds or 5 rounds. That's all they see. They don't see what goes on in the background. And do you know what I mean? Partners, whether it be husband or wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They give us so much support. Do you know what I mean? I remember when I done my fight and my wife was there where I was doing salt baths and do you know what I mean? And especially like the weight cut week. Do you know what I mean? And
of
she was
course,
there with me the whole time and she was talking to me and do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. I mean, people don't see that. Do you know what I mean? So definitely a big shout out to Naomi. I know we forgot you the last time, Naomi, but we've got you
oh,
this time.
honestly, mate, I'd fight anybody inside the octagon, but that woman, man, fearful.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. So there we go, guys. Lee, Flashbang, Ferguson, New Life, Jim. Going to be heading to Unity Fighting Championships. That's Dolphin Centre in Darlington, Saturday, the 16th of November. Now, anybody looking for tickets, make sure you hit up your chosen fighters first of all, as they may have tickets available or get tickets. If you can't get any tickets through your chosen fighter, then just head over to Unity Fighting Championships, either on Instagram or Facebook. The pay per view is going to be done through Live MMA. Now, you can only get it through Live MMA. Don't get fooled by the fraudsters that put posts up all the time to tell you this is the pay per view because it's not. So don't get caught out by it. Only go through the link that's provided either by the fighters or by Unity Fighting Championships themselves. So, Lee, that's an absolute pleasure, brother. Thank you very much for obviously taking the time to speak to me.
And cheers for your time as well, Stuart. I'll see you at the venue come fight night as
Definitely.
well, man. Look forward to
Listening.
chatting. All right.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your training, buddy. Stay safe, and yeah, we'll see you in a few weeks' time.
Appreciate it, mate. Cheers.
Take care, mate. Bye bye.
Enjoy your weekend, mate. Bye.